We got a big surprise on Capitol Hill this week. No, not that they didn't get anything done. That's not a shocker there. But South Carolina Senator Jim Demint, perhaps the most powerful Tea Partier in government, announced he was quitting. He's going to take over as head of the very conservative Heritage Foundation starting January 1. Now, among Demint's greatest hits, he called for gays or single teachers to be barred from classrooms when he ran for Senate in South Carolina. He defended Todd Aiken's legitimate rape comments and his bill that would have stripped all federal employees of collective bargaining. Those are just some of it. Listen, a lot of people pointed the finger saying that he was part of the reason here. Maybe he's just a convenient scapegoat, but he was part of the reason why Republicans had such a tough November by forcing the Tea Party element to be such a big platform of the party. Let's first start with what this says about the Tea Party. Are their best days behind them? Do they still really have influence on Capitol Hill?
Well, first of all, of the hit list there, 1 out of 3 ain't bad in terms of the things that he championed. But in any event, you know, the Tea Party was never a political organization as much as it was a movement, right? A belief system that manifests itself into a group of elected officials in 2010 that got elected to do something historic in their mind. And I think what Jim Demint is realizing now is he's gone from being an advocate, a legislator, to now wanting to be a creator of ideas that the Republican Party can run on. The Heritage Foundation is a very well-respected Washington think tank, but they're not an advocacy group. They don't get out there and lobby, if you will, for the things they believe in. They create ideas and they promote those ideas. And I think Demint's point is he's done the advocacy part,
but
and now he wants to be in a position.
Frustrated, you think? I mean, I don't want to read the guy's mind because we can't. Well, but do you think he did it partly because, yes, because he believes he can influence more from the outside, or that the swag of the Tea Party, where they really legitimately called the shots a year ago? Remember when Boehner had the deal, came back, and the Tea Party said not so fast? That they don't have that kind of juice anymore.
Look, I don't want to sound overly cynical, but I don't know Jim Demint, and I certainly don't know his decision-making process, but he probably had 1 or 2 calculations. One was he's never going to be president, and the second is he can make a hell of a lot of money and be very influential taking this job.
Move a ton of money in this new
job.
He can fight these fights with money.
I forget who it was, but it was a talking head on TV, and somebody was rumored that he was running for office. He says, why? He goes, I can influence more from this chair than I can from sitting as one of 435 guys in Congress. Is there something to it now that the way that not only Congress is thought of, but how stratified things are and the dysfunction, that you really can't do more from the outside than the inside?
You know, I don't know, but certainly there's a strong argument to be made for the premise of what you just said. I mean, folks are no longer, one, the scrutiny of public office, where anything in your personal life or your daughter's life or your son, that's one element of it.
You know, got a campaign 12 months a year now.
Well, yeah, you got to raise money the moment you win re-election, and things are so polarizing that you can't get a damn thing done in Washington. You don't believe me? Go ask the President of the United States. I mean, you know, he won an election, and look what's happening already.
All right. I got to hit a break here, guys. When we come back, hey, if you've been a Nick fan, you've basically been in the witness protection program for the past 10 years. Let's be honest. Well, last night, the latest evidence, you don't have reason to hide anymore. We'll talk about that after this.